Let me show y'all this Jesse Waters interview. So this was just something regarding trade and how some of the tariffs have already impacted us. So let's take a look at this video.
The guy that gave Elon the chainsaw, he says friends will be friends. India is cutting a trade agreement in the coming days. That's over 1 billion customers our companies will get access to. South Korea is going all out to get a good deal, and South Korea knows a thing or two about tariffs. You can't get into that market, and they're an Asian powerhouse. The Europeans are coming to the table. They're willing to drop their automobile tariffs from 10% to 2.5%, and they're promising to buy American energy and weaponry. Japan's tried everything. They've said President Trump will buy more natural gas, more armaments. They said SoftBank's investing $500 billion in America, and Trump said no. Keep going. What else? 47 means business. And the last one to negotiate loses. China, in a big huff, retaliated and jacked up tariffs on us. Trump says, quote, China played it wrong. They panicked. The one thing they cannot afford to do. How many things in China say made in America? And how many things here say made in China? Now do you get it? The White House is holding all the cards. And who are the ones crying? Foreign countries and American multinationals who ship jobs and factories to those same foreign countries.
Nobody was crying these crocodile tears when they were closing the Mound Road engine plant that Chrysler had in Macomb County, or the Romeo engine plant in Romeo, Michigan in Macomb County. But all of a sudden, now that we're trying to bring these products back, these components and these vehicles back to the United States, all of a sudden, all the so-called experts are saying it's going to plunge us into recession and be terrible for the economy. Yeah. So thank God. If they're crying, I think we're doing something right.
Nobody complained when the factories destroyed Michigan, or we didn't hear the complaints, or we're not hearing them now. We're not learning about those experiences, all those people that lost factory jobs. But we have so much sympathy and empathy for some illegal migrants, some for different reasons, but we don't have any sympathy and empathy for the Americans that lost their jobs because factories decided to move outside of the country, like a John Deere deciding to build the plant in Mexico instead of keeping it in America because they can produce the products cheaper in Mexico, hire people for cheaper labor. Nobody factors those things in. But so now this is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to. Vons, I swear to God, I will pay you to be on this show regularly. I will pay you. I think I think you make the show a lot better. And I'm not being facetious. I'm being for real. I'm being for real. Vons wrote, bro, the people that want to work in factories ain't here no more. Factories were good enough to put black people through college, to have black people buying homes. Factories, now we're turning our back. Now black people, hold up. Listen and think about how this sounds. Hold on. This is what I'm going to bring up. Vons, I got to get you. I'm sorry, bro. I got to get you. Hold on. Let's just think about this from this standpoint. I'm going to show y'all this graph, and I'm going to leave this graph up with Von's comment. This graph is showing $35,000 a year, the median household income in the United States for African Americans. And Vons thinks people, I don't know what people you're talking about, but Vons thinks people that want to work in factories are no longer here anymore. So what he's implying is that those black people at the bottom don't want to work in factories. You're too good to work in a factory. You're at the bottom. This is what this victimhood mentality has created in people at the bottom who think that they're entitled to do anything other than work their way work their way out of the bottom. This is not, I don't know where this mindset comes from. It's not what we grew up playing sports together, learning. I don't know where this mindset has come in. But to think that there's people in America that are at the bottom of the economic ladder and are too good to work in factories, maybe that shows why a lot of people who come over here They come over here with nothing. And then a generation or two later, they're doing better than us, Fonz. Maybe it's that type of mentality that we have. This entitled mentality. This is insane. I just want y'all to look at this. You just heard what Unc said. You just heard what Mersh, one of your homies, Unks, just told you how much money he was making with a 6th grade education, working. What were the 2 jobs that you said, Unc? I know one was the elevators. I think it was the chorus plan. I forget what the other one was. This is the mindset. This is like people think that you got to have this is another problem. People think you got to have degrees. Oh, you got to go. We've been bamboozled into thinking that a degree, like we have this sense of entitlement or this sense of accomplishment, I should say, when you get a degree. So Vons wrote, "No, David, you're wrong." Vons, okay, I'm wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times before. But it would be very helpful if you could tell me how I'm wrong. That's been, remember, the whole kind of conversation this entire show? You keep saying I'm wrong, Trump's stupid, Elon's dumb. But you don't say exactly what you disagree with or what is wrong. Yeah. Oh, my God. Unc said the average employee in America right now is making $16 an hour. You can hire 4 people for $4 an hour versus that one supervisor's position for 16. What did you just do to your company? And Unc, the people that coming over here, I know you mentioned it before. They're the ones that don't mind working for that. Look at this chat. And then I got to go back to look at what Vons wrote. Hold on. Your family was what at one point? Hold on. Listen to, oh my God. Oh my God. Vons, I want the illegals. Yo. I think we're just going to have, I want everybody to look at Von's comment. We're not picking on Vons. We're not picking on Vons, but we have to address his mindset and what he's pushing right now. You want the illegals. What does that, like, when you type that out, like, I want the illegals, like, how? Ew. Sorry to interrupt the video. We got a new challenge. 20,000 by the end of April. We fell short in March, but we're going to get our goal this month. Thank you all in advance for those that are going to continue to like, subscribe, maybe even leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. And on that note, let me let y'all get back to the video and I'll see y'all soon. Ew. Damn. Yo, people end up exactly where they deserve to end up. I'm just going to put it that way. If you win, you probably deserve to win. If you lost, you probably deserve to lose. It just, wow. Much of our society's become decadent, bloated, and entitled. I agree, Steve. Shout out to big bro Steve in the building. I agree. What is going on here? What is going on here? Call in, Vons. Like, Vons, you gotta, but this is like, G wrote, Vons stirring the pot, nothing else. And I'm just peeping. Shout out to my brother G. I always, because you changed the name. That's why. Yeah. Vons, do you think that there's a certain level of, like, we have all different types of people. Like, everybody may not know who's looking at this show, but even in this group of, let's say, 14 people are on right now. there's a lot of diversity in this group because I know mostly everybody that's commenting, at least the people in the, there's a lot of diversity here. Vons, let me ask you, would you be willing to take a step back and say, hey, maybe I'm going at this a little bit wrong. Maybe I'm seeing this a little bit differently than I should be seeing it. Maybe I should be open to seeing, I mean, maybe even questioning how I see things now, not necessarily just changing your opinion to agree with us. I'm not saying that at all. But is there anything in you that would maybe allow some type of space where maybe you're seeing it a little bit differently than you should be seeing? I don't know. But let me wrap it up here. It's already 10:10. My apologies. I got my parents coming in town today, and I thought they were coming in town tomorrow. So I gotta, hopefully they didn't hear that. Hopefully they're at the airport. So I gotta scramble a little bit. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah. I'll finish it off with this. We gotta give grace. We gotta give grace. And we gotta give grace. And I think the people that stand on things, when you stand on something very strong, perhaps those are the people, and I'm talking to myself as well, perhaps those are the people that have to give the most amount of grace. The people that are so passionate about certain things. I'm not saying that I'm going to change my mind, but as far as giving grace to understand, like, this person thinks the way they think because of their own individual experience. So I can't expect them necessarily to see the things or to see the world how I see the world because we've had different experiences. Me extending grace to people that I did not agree with 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, last week, has allowed me to, in my opinion, see things, see the big picture. It's like every time I interact with somebody that has a different viewpoint or a different upbringing, different perspective, all these different things, it's almost like I'm taking a step back. I take a step back and I'm able to see more of the big picture. Like, oh, I didn't realize that. I was so up here, I could only see this part of the picture. I didn't realize until I stepped back that I could see the entire thing. Oh, this is how this works. Oh my God. I was so locked in up here. I was getting fooled and manipulated to thinking that it was just this. I didn't realize that if I look back, it's what Queez always said. This is a normal occurrence in the stock exchange. And every time it happens, we act like it's not. It's like, instead of capitalizing on it, but I don't even want to go down that path. But we all see the world through our individual experiences, and we use these selfish lenses to determine what is best in the world. And I'm just going to throw a couple questions out there that I don't need answers for, but these are some of the things that I think about when I say we only see the world through our own individual lens. How can you believe in abortion? That's one of those things where, depending on your experience in life, you may, it's like, I can understand why this side says this, and I can understand why this side says that. Oh, you're super religious, you're super this, you grew up conservative. Oh, okay. Oh, you've had somebody who was raped and they didn't have the, oh, I can see that. You get what I'm saying? Now, one may be seen as more extreme than the other. I'm not, what I'm saying is, people don't care about extremes if that extreme matches their perspective on life. Just like with if you're a trans woman and you don't want to play sports against men, and you want to play sports against women, then you will accept an extreme version because it's something that the majority of people see as extreme and radical because it's your individual experience. And you have emotions tied to it. How can you not support Black Lives Matter? I was one of them. And then I had to take a step back, like, hold up, what? Like, I can't stand Black Lives Matter. Matter of fact, I don't do the protests. I don't go to protests and do all that stuff. But you may get me to think about it if there was an anti-BLM protest. I don't know. I'm just joking, kind of, maybe. How can you be pro-Palestine? How can you be pro-Israel? Oh, your family is, because we've been oppressed. It's based on your individual experience. How can you support illegal migration? Well, my grandmother was here illegally. Oh, okay. So then therefore all illegal migrants are good. Oh, well, I don't like you guys get what I'm saying? We have to extend a certain amount of grace, or else we won't be able to grow as a society. And there's certain people that may believe that, nah, I don't got to change anybody's mind. I'm already right. So therefore, I just stand on what I stand on, and that is what it is. And people who don't want to stand on it, they can stand on something. If we want to bring about change, it depends on our goal, I guess. Let's back into it. What's the goal? What's the desire? And then our action should be based on what our desire is. If we want to truly elevate society overall, then we may have to convince some folk that don't typically agree with us to maybe figure out seeing things from a different view. And if we are the salespeople that we believe we are, if we are the influencers that we believe that we are, let's put it to the test. Let's see if we can get somebody to not necessarily change the opinion for them, but just get them to see things maybe from a broader perspective or a different perspective, a different angle that allows them to see more of the big picture. So I'll leave it at that. So now make sure that you're liking and subscribing. We're going to do 45 seconds. You take the time, get your breath work in, meditate, manifest, whatever it is. Every exhale, releasing all the negative energy. Every inhale, inhaling all the positive. All right. 45 seconds, eyes open, eyes closed. It's on you. I'll be closing my eyes on this one. All right. Ready? Go. All right, one more. Exhale. Inhaling all the positive. All right. I see the chat bubbling a little bit. I can't keep going back and answering those because we gotta move on. We gotta move on. I gotta get rid of this yellow tint, bro. It's making my teeth look yellow. My teeth ain't yellow. Just I gotta get rid of this bright tint. I'm gonna fix that. Don't trip. We're gonna get it together. Let me get back to the show. Y'all know what we're here to do. Elevate on purpose, both from an intentional standpoint, raising our standards, right? Raising our standards to challenge ourselves to become the best leaders we can become, and raising our standards to grow into the people that we need to become in order to accomplish these amazing goals that we set out for ourselves. All right. Onward and upward, strength and honor. Get to that bag. What do I mean when I say get to the bag? The same thing I mean when I say it every other time. The little things that we're going to collect throughout the week, that at the end of the week are going to give us the best chance to win that week and keep us on the most efficient trajectory of living in our purpose and striving for purposeful abundance. All right. All right. Y'all got me? All right. So the things that are in your bag, you got to figure out based on the things that you desire. Think about what you want out of life and then make your actions align with that. All right. G said peace and love to all. The things that are in my bag, I guess I'll leave y'all with that since you said peace and love, G. Peace, love, happiness, health, wealth, and everything we do, integrity. All right. I appreciate y'all showing love to the parents. Anthony's funny. I appreciate it, Anthony. That's awesome. Enjoy your time with mom and dad. Appreciate you, Steve. G, love you, bro. You know the vibes. You know the energy that we on, my brother. And I'll see y'all soon, man. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Ooh.